Hello again, everybody. I'm Matthew White, and welcome to another edition of FYI, where we discuss all things real estate right here on the Real Estate Channel and from our new studio in Vancouver. I'm pleased to have as my guest today from Century 21 in Town Realty, Kevin Ershad, also a member of the Real Estate Channel. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Just to set up a little background for those that are watching, how did you first become involved with real estate?
Well, I was one of the ones who started very early, right out of high school. I actually grew up in a family of developers, so my father was involved in the business. So I was always around the real estate. I really liked it. So when I graduated from high school, I went to UBC and passed the course and became a real estate agent at the age of 18.
Wow.
In North Vancouver. So I worked in North Shore for about 3.5 years, and after that I left and I needed education, so I went and got my building engineering technology. Graduated with honors and started in development business. I did that for 10 years. I co-founded a company called Meridian Pacific. And in 2003, I was really missing real estate business, so I sold that company to one of my partners. And in 2003, I came back in real estate, which was a great time. And so now full-time, I'm concentrating on this business.
So it's always been a passion and interest for you. You hear a lot of realtors say they just sort of bought a house or just kind of stumbled into it, but it's been there from the beginning for you, huh?
Well, I bought my first house when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
And within a month and a half, I turned it around and sold it and made $20,000 profit. So that was kind of a accelerator, I guess.
Good incentive.
Good incentive, and I really like the business. So I do it because I love it, and this is not something I kind of fell into. It's something I plan to be into.
Now, you actually have a loyal client base, but you work with a lot of investors as well. What are the subtle differences, and how do you have to sort of act differently for both?
Well, I think the spread is about 50-50 between
Okay.
my clients who are buying property for their own use, and 50% are purely investors. The difference between that is that the people who buy homes for themselves are basically focusing on their need and comfort of the property. But the investors are looking purely at return on investment,
Right.
I should say. And let's say it's a different product. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom and a 2-bathroom, 1,100 square feet suite for yourself to live in, you'd probably look at Marina-side Crescent, Beach Crescent. You would be looking at something with view, and you'll also be paying about $900,000. For my investor clients, I'm looking for products that they have exponential growth. Per se, 2 major reasons: areas that are underdeveloped and being developed, or properties that are becoming limited. For example, something that is view is in downtown, and
Right.
like in downtown we live almost like in an island. It's surrounded by water and there's no room for expansion. So I personally think it's a great place to invest right now. But it would be a different product we'd be buying. We'd be buying a 900 square feet, $500,000 2 bedrooms that they rent about $1,800 to $2,000.
Right.
So the return on investment would be much better, and the appreciation, if you pick the right building, would be much greater in the long run.
Now, I know this may be a tough question for you to ask, but you have been quite successful in the industry. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think my philosophy in the business is that I concentrate mostly on building long-term relationship with my clients, and look at their goals, basically, and trying to fulfill the goal rather than looking in the short term, my goal of selling a property to them. I find out selling property is a byproduct of building a good relationship and trust between
Right.
clients. And that's one of the factors. I think another thing I could say is that I have a great team of people I work with. Setting up a strong strategic alliances is extremely important in our business. Bankers, mortgage brokers, financial institutions, home inspectors, appraisers. This kind of relationship that we have is very strong, and it gives you a good market edge, I would say.
Now, I understand, and of course, getting to know you from being with the Real Estate Channel, you have a very large client base. How is it possible for you, even with a team of people, to stay in touch with all those people and still give them the personal touch?
We have a system in place. I mean, in this business, if you're not systematic, it just doesn't work the way you want it to. And our system, we periodically call our clients, and they're all scheduled calls. We also have a lot of client events such as like we have client appreciation parties. Sometimes we have boat cruises that they all get invited.
Right.
It's a great place. And also I have a great relationship with my clients. They call me all the time.
Now, I notice you do a lot of advertising downtown. What type of advertising specifically do you do other than working with the real estate channel?
Well, I have a lot of print advertising. We have a lot of billboards. I have 32 closed-circuit TVs across North Shore and downtown. That's where I concentrate. Most of my business is downtown mostly, and some in North Shore. But the biggest advertising that I've had is been, again, I go back to that again, a relationship that I have with my clients. Majority of my business, even though I do a lot of advertising, still majority of my business comes from past clients, the repeat business that it comes from them, but also they've become a walk-in advertising for me because they've been happy with the service.
Positive response, they tell their friends the same thing.
Exactly. Friends, family, co-workers. So it's been great. I think a majority of my business still is referral.
And we didn't have time to get to it, but you have a brand new office, which is absolutely beautiful. I've seen it myself. It'll be a real pleasure for anybody to check that out. Kevin Ershad, thanks for coming on FYI. Take care.
Thank you very much.
To speak to Kevin in person, phone him at 604-602-4545. Or for more information, visit his website at www.kevinershad.com.